Welcome to the first ever 2020 Ghostcast National College Basketball Tournament. And tonight in opening round action, you have the number one seeded Gonzaga Bulldogs. Came in at 31-2. Take a look at some of the keys for both teams. Gonzaga really wants to spread it out. They got great talent. They want to score quickly, get the ball to their great size. And if you're North Carolina A&T, the Aggies, you can't turn it over. They want to really control the clock and move the basketball, run their half-court sets. As I mentioned, Gonzaga 31-2. Coached by Mark Few, only beaten by Michigan and Brigham Young University. And the North Carolina A&T Aggies at 17-15 come into the ballgame. They're coached by Jay Joyner and got off to just a terrible start. They were 3-11 early in the season, but they won 14 of their last 18 ball games, led in scoring by Ronald Jackson, the 6'8 senior. There's North Carolina A&T with the ball and turn it over on their very first possession. So this is Joel Ayaye. Give it to Killian Tilly. He's the big Frenchman. Over here to Kispert. Corey Kispert. I don't know where he's going at the elbow. He's stuck. And Petrusev's in his way. He better shoot this. Oh, he just splits a double team. Go right down the middle, lay it up and in. And Gonzaga on the board first. They lead it. We're just underway. The first ball game of the entire tournament coming to you from the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. And the number one seeded Gonzaga Bulldogs, number one for really the majority of the year, going against North Carolina A&T. There's a foul on the play. Big Petrusev did not like the call. Neither did head coach Mark Few. There's a good look at Jay Joyner. And going to the line will be the freshman Andre Jackson. Actually, he's a senior, 6'4 senior guard. He does wear number 0 from Charlotte, North Carolina. Free throw up and good. Believe it or not, folks, he's only a 52% foul shooter. Cannot really shoot it from 3 and has been ice cold of late. Does score about 9 a game. He's one of 2 Jacksons to start for North Carolina A&T. Here's a little full court pressure. They get it to the big man, Petrusev, who handled the ball well, but then threw the ball away. So Gonzaga not sharp early and really a bad turnover. This is Cameron Langley with the ball. Terrific junior point guard. Backdoor pass and a beautiful play from Tyler May to Ronald Jackson, who leads them in scoring. He scores about 15 a game. North Carolina A&T with a quick lead. They lead it 4-2. Petrusev in the post. Kick it over here to Kispert. Kispert swinging out front to Ayayi. He's from France. 6'5", great size. Kick it over here to Woolridge. He's their best shooter. Now to Kispert. Down low to Petrusev. Turnaround 10-footer. Look good. Man, he's huge. He's got great size down there against North Carolina A&T Aggie Devin Haygood, who looked rather small, as Petrusev shows you his great size and skills. The 6'11 Serbian sophomore. So A&T coming the other way. The Aggies, as I mentioned, this is one of the Jacksons, Andre. They usually need to get the ball out to Langley. But down low to Haygood, 4-footer, is not even close. Oh my goodness. That's when you're glad the backboard is behind the rim. That thing would have gone into the 5th row. Not a real shot, just a brick. I don't know what Devin Haygood was doing. Gonzaga in white. As I mentioned, only been beaten twice all year. Had won 19 in a row. There's a shot blocked by the Aggies, and the Aggies dressed in black and gold coming the other way. This is Andre Jackson. Give it to Tyler May. Now out front to Langley. Back to Jackson. Here you go, in the hands of Cameron Langley. Good entry pass. Down low, Tyler May. He's a forward, spins around his man, go to the hoop, lose the ball. Going the other way is Gonzaga. Kick it ahead to Woolridge. Ryan Woolridge, their best shooter. He's from Mansfield, Texas. He can light it up from deep, like 43%. Kick it out front to Kispert, Corey Kispert, who I thought was white, but maybe he's been at the beach prior to the tournament. A ton. Left-hand 4-footer, that's no good, but rebound inside. That time by Killian Tilly. I think he's their most talented player. 6'10 senior from France, shoots 50% from the floor. He's been 18 or more in 6 of the last 10, and just a terrific talent. Not the most athletic, but really a great feel for the game. Ronald Jackson inside, turnaround jumper, that's not close. And Kispert, with the rebound, will bring it up himself. It's the feeling I get about the Gonzaga players. Everybody can do a little bit. They're all good at everything. Nobody's great at any one thing, but they're all good at everything. Ayaye out front's got great size. Kick it over here to Kispert. Kispert darn near led the conference in shooting. Give it to Petrusev. He puts it up and in. His first name is Philip. That was a little bit like a flip. The 6'11 sophomore, he's been on fire of late, averaging 20 a game over the last 11, leading them through the conference tournament into a #1 seed here in the first round of the college basketball Ghostcast Invitational. Out front, Tyler May. He's looking down low to Haygood. May can dribble with either hand. Swing it over here to Jackson, to the other Jackson. That's a bad turnaround jumper. And if he had made it, it would have made me look bad, but that was not close. It was like a Dion Waiters jumper. Terrible shot selection. Ayaye over here to Kispert. Kispert driving the 3 guys, and yes, that shot got blocked. But picked up by Ayaye. The great size for Joel Ayaye, 6'5". He's only a sophomore. Led them in scoring in the conference title game with 17 points and 7 rebounds against St. Mary's. There's a 3 by Devin Haygood. Go figure. He doesn't shoot many of those. The kid from Ypsilanti, Michigan, shooting 36%, but he barely shoots them at all. Knocks it down, and Gonzaga leads at 10-7 here early on. Almost about halfway through quarter number 1. Woolridge dribble to the elbow. Kick it out front to Kispert. Kispert hold it up. They got Tilly inside, but Woolridge on the wing. He'll drive. Jump pass out front to Ayaye. Good fake. Get down the middle. Give it to Kispert. His 3 ball, no good. And the rebound taken by Jackson. Jackson will bring it up the floor. He's the right-hander. Andre Jackson. Now swing it over here to Haygood. In the corner to Tyler May. Open is Jackson. Looks like he's got the lane there to his right. Instead, he backpedals out, and he'll reset it. That's what Coach Jay Joyner wanted. Wanted them to use the clock, take good shots all the time. Maximize their possessions, try and wear down Gonzaga on defense, and hopefully stay in this game as long as possible. That's a drive in there by Ronald Jackson, the 6'8 senior. He leads him in scoring. He had 24 against Howard in the last game. He's really been coming on of late, like 19 a game over the last 6. And the Aggies are right in this ballgame. Another turnover and miscue by Gonzaga. Langley, kick it out to Haygood, way too far. Maybe it's Tyler May. I think it is Tyler May with the big hand. There's Jackson again with that crazy patented turnaround 3. I think it's a terrible shot, although his coach didn't overreact. Here's Joel Ayaye coming down. Jump pass over here to Kispert. Swing it all the way over to Woolridge. He had an open 3, did not take it. Probably should have. Shoots 43% from out there. Ayaye from 3, not close. And the rebound by the Aggies in their black. This time Langley will bring it up the floor. He's the 6'2 junior. Having a great year as a playmaker and a point guard and directing the show. 12.5 assists of late over the last 6, but that one gets away from the Aggies, and the Gonzaga Bulldogs come back the other way. That ball, his pocket is picked. So you're coming back now. Jackson steals it right back from Ayaye, and Mark Few is livid with his guy's carelessness. Look at the big hands by Tyler May. Looks like in between dribbles, he just palms it. Gives it down low to Ronald Jackson. Jackson, hold it behind his back, going against Killian Tilly. Backs him out to 3. Swing it. Now to Langley, top of the key. He will not shoot, folks. Only averages 17% from deep. He's a setup man. Over to Andre Jackson. 3 ball good. And the 6'4 senior guard, who's been ice cold of late, only 10 of his last 53, drills that one. And the A&T Aggies have a lead, 12-10. Philip Petrusev over to Ayaye. Gets in deep. Trying to back his way down, and that ball's blocked. That shot was telegraphed. And the Aggies read it beautifully. They're very athletic. They get their hands up, and they're getting their hands on a lot of balls. 3 blocks already and 2 steals. Down low, Haygood with the drive. That ball's blocked by Petrusev and taken by Tilly. The Bulldogs coming the other way. 12-10 the score. Beautiful kick out right there. Woolridge, swing it to Ayaye. Petrushev's post up right there. I don't know what he's doing. The spacing is really bad for Gonzaga. 3 guys on one side of the floor, easy to defend. Now Ayaye drives in. Finally, they get a ball reversal. Swing over here to Kispert. Kispert pull up, and that shot's blocked again. Coach Joyner is thrilled out of his mind. The 16th seed, the North Carolina A&T Aggies, hanging tough. Only bettered in conference play by North Carolina Central, who were 13-3. But the Aggies came on and finished 12-4 in conference play. Haygood, a beast with the ball. Out front to Langley. He will not shoot it. If he does, it's a mistake. Andre Jackson on a drive. Kick it to Tyler May. 3 ball, that's good. So Tyler May from Farmville, North Carolina, only shooting 27% from 3. Hadn't made a 3 in 12 games. Knocks it down. And Mark Few and the Gonzaga Bulldogs, just minutes into this game, is not happy. His number 1 seed, a team that's only lost twice all year, and Coach Mark Few, whose hair looks much better on this simulated version than it does in real life, he's really giving it to his guys. Looks much older on the simulated version. Not even trying to think who he looks like. An old Tim Robbins, maybe? Maybe an old John Voight? Doesn't look like the young, hip Mark Few with kind of the, crazy, gelled, messy hairdo. This is, boy, that's a tough shot right there by Ayayi, who comes into the lane, uses his 6'5" size, and gets a much-needed hoop for the Bulldogs. So Ayayi averages like 10.5 on the year, but that one was necessary after the timeout because they were down 5. Down low to Haygood. Haygood backing his way down, offensive foul. So he used that big body of his, 6'8", 260 pounds, and just bowled over the Gonzaga Bulldog player. A little full court pressure. A couple of subs in for Gonzaga. That's the broadcaster's nightmare. Beautiful pass. They swing it around the horn, open 14-footer, not even close. Probably that's why that guy's a sub. Can't knock down a 14-footer. I make those in my sleep, even at age 54. Are you kidding me? The other day, my kids challenged me to a little 3-point shot contest. Dad, how many can you make? I said, what do you mean, how many can I make? Well, how many can you make? I proceeded to make 64 in a row. Here's a shot at the end of the buzzer. It's good! That 3 ball counted from 94 feet. Petrusov, Philippe it in. And the bucket good, and we're all tied at 15. Quick look at the stats. You can see some of the things we were looking at before the ball game, keys to the game. Boy, I mean, a crazy long heave by the Gonzaga Bulldogs gets them tied at intermission. It's not really a real pick-me-up, almost a phony sense of security, like they threw in a 90-foot shot to tie it. So we changed directions. If you're just tuning in, this is round 1 of the first ever Ghostcast 2020 National College Basketball Invitation. 64 teams, just like has been done in the past. This is the number 1 seed in the Southeast. The Gonzaga Bulldogs, I know they're located in the West, but they've been thrown out to the Southeast, playing in the Georgia Dome in Atlanta against North Carolina A&T. North Carolina A&T 17-15 on the year. Really caught fire late, coached by Jay Joyner. They're athletic. They get their hands on a lot of basketballs. They move it well. They try and control tempo. They got a great point guard right here in Cameron Langley, who will not lose it. Shot clock winding down. This is a turnaround jumper. Won't be close. Then a rebound taken by the 6'5" Ayayi. The Bulldogs coming the other way. They're 31-2. There's a near steal again by the ever-active Aggies of North Carolina A&T. As I mentioned, the Bulldogs, led by Coach Mark Few, only beaten by Michigan, trounced by 18 actually, and then beaten by BYU by 13. That was on BYU's Marriott Center floor in front of 22,000 screaming fans in an all-white whiteout. That's Petrusov again. Filip Petrusov is only a sophomore from Serbia. He goes 6'11" with tremendous skills. Can shoot it from deep. He's got a bright future. Very thin, needs to work on his frame, but he'll do that as he gets a little older. Gonzaga now takes the lead. Remember, they were down 15-10. So since that Mark Few timeout, way back in the first half, The Bulldogs have scored 7 in a row to take a 2-point lead. Good ball movement this time by North Carolina A&T inside. This is Devin Hay. Good shot clock winding down again. He's going to have to go. Beautiful spin move, 4-footer, good. So Petrusov, no match for the 6'8", 260-pounder from Ypsilanti, Michigan. Doesn't shoot it a whole lot. Folks only averages 7 a game, but he's got 8 in this one. There's Tilly with the ball. Tilly also from France, like a Yai with the ball. Give it to Woolridge. That ball's lost, but somehow ends up in the hands of a Gonzaga ball player, Tilly, who misses the shot. Tied at 17. Already our 5th tie in this ball game. 7:40 to go in round 1, the very first matchup in our Ghostcast 2020 College Basketball Invitational. The 1 and the 16 seed. It's only happened one time before, folks. That was 16 Princeton beat number 1 Georgetown way back when. Swinging around, Jackson to Jackson. Through the legs of Woolridge, down low to Haygood. Turnaround, good. So Haygood having his way. He's only been in double figures 10 times all year. He did have 12 points against Howard in their last ball game. There's a gamble and an opening. That is Woolridge for 3, and that's Gonzaga basketball. Woolridge averages 10 on the year, but much better than that. The 6'3" senior from Texas. The Aggies coming back. Always look to Langley to set him straight. This is Langley down low. He doesn't do that very much, folks. He's usually out front. Beautiful spin move and score. He doesn't score a ton, but 9 a game. That time he's showing the left hand and doing it. The junior point guard getting it done. Does not score a ton, but he'll take a hoop right there as they take a 1-point edge. 6:40 to go. Ayayi in his 6'5" frame, kind of bulldozing down over Langley in the backcourt. He and Andre Jackson, no match for the 6'5" Frenchman. Oh, he said the Frenchman. He scores on the paint. Yes. North Carolina A&T down by 1. Gonzaga with the ball. Gonzaga with the lead by 1. The Aggies with the ball. Always looking to hold the clock, minimize turnovers. Force Gonzaga to play D. Here's another great drive and a score by Andre Jackson. He doesn't score as much as his non-brother, Ronald Jackson, but he does get that one to go, and they take the lead. We're going lead changes back and forth. Ayayi thinks he's got a mismatch. Again to the goal. Wild runner, his second bucket in a row. So Ayayi, who had 17 in the conference final against St. Mary's, kind of taking charge here in the second half, and another lead change we have. Gonzaga by 1. The Aggies. Coach Jay Joyner, down low to Haygood, turnaround jumper, and that time timed beautifully by Petrusov, but scooped up by Ronald Jackson, the ever-present 6'8" forward. He puts it in, and guess what? Another lead change, 25-24. Honestly, first team to 35 probably win this game. There's a pass down low to Petrusov. Petrusov sing it over to Woolridge. Woolridge should have shot it wide open. Tillian, the multi-gifted Killian Tilly, does not shoot. Pick and roll. He gets it late, down low, lay it up, and a beautiful pass by Ayayi. So Ayayi's been responsible for not only the last 2 field goals, but also the following bucket by Tilly. He's responsible for the last 6 points, and Gonzaga back up by 1. Andre Jackson, give it to Tyler May, drive down the middle, left-hand 5-footer. That's good. Both teams warming up. Back and forth we go. That's 7 lead changes in a row. It will be first one to 35 or 36 that'll win this game. Woolridge on the right wing. Open from 3. Doesn't shoot it. Tilly, drive, put it up, score, and he's fouled. That's a beautiful drive by Killian Tilly. The 6'10" senior from France. Averages like 13 and a half a game, but his numbers are good. Can shoot it from deep. He's made a 3 in every single game this year, but 1. You would expect him to make that free throw, and he does. So finally some separation. And by separation, I only mean a deuce. It's been leads by 1 back and forth like 8 possessions in a row. And finally Gonzaga with a traditional and 1 takes a 2-point lead. Here's a drive by Tyler May. Inside, not a good shot. Well defended by Gonzaga. They kick it ahead to Woolridge. Woolridge drive up the left wing. Jump pass out to Ayayi to settle things down. He's double teamed momentarily. Beautiful dish. I don't know why Tilly didn't shoot it. He kicked it out to Woolridge. They swing it over here to a sub whose name I do not have. There's another sub. I do not have his name either. Mark Few playing guys from the bench. Let's see if they can shoot. Tilly to one of the subs. The sub, terrible shot. And it was blocked. No wonder he doesn't start. And back we go the other way. This is Langley. He's only a junior, but what a great passer he is. To Ronald Jackson, to Andre Jackson, swing it, to Haygood, back to Langley. Again, Ronald Jackson on the wing. He's their leading scorer. Out front, Haygood, back to Jackson. Seemed like the ball just finds its way back in his hands. Out front, Langley with a setup. Kick it over here. Now down low. This is Andre Jackson. He fouled on the shot. He is. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Thank goodness two of the starters are checking back into the ballgame. I had no idea who those other guys were. So Jackson at the line. Not a good foul shooter, folks. 52%. But he calmly knocks that one down. I have him in my program as number 0. But that's okay. Maybe he's wearing an alternate 34. Maybe one of the North Carolina A&T cheerleaders stole his jersey as they traveled to Georgia. Both free throws are good. We're knotted at 29. 3 minutes to go. Full court pressure by the Aggies. Tilly at 6'10" can handle. Back to Petrusev, and they get it across. But still pressure. A&T setting the tempo, trying to force Gonzaga out of their comfort zone. Again, a trap. Tilly with it. And a shot by Woolridge is good. I think it was only a 2. We'll see. Yeah, foot on the line. But the bucket good with 3 minutes to go. And Gonzaga, 31-29, takes a lead. As few points are being scored in this game with 2:50 to go, they're ever so close to that magical number. North Carolina coming the other way. That's that Ronnie Jackson. That's a terrible shot. It's his third one of the game. 2 in the first half, and that one. It's like Lloyd Free or Dion Waiters. What the heck is going on? I don't think that shot's ever going to go in. And the coach can't be happy. Ayayi out front to Woolridge. Swing it over to Tilly. Tilly to Petrusev, and Haygood swats it in midair. Who the heck is he? Looked like Tyson Chandler on that player. Dwight Howard. Or the Frenchman, Rudy Gobert. Probably shouldn't mention that name lately. Here we go. A&T with a chance to tie. Jay Joyner with a play call. Down the middle goes Andre Jackson. Put it up in traffic. Gets a bounce. He does get a bounce. And we're knotted again. This time at 31. It was heavily contested by the big serve. And the bucket goes anyway. Can you believe this? The number 16 seeded North Carolina A&T Aggies giving Gonzaga a game in round 1. This never happens. Woolridge to Petrusev. Down low. Pump fake. Kick it out. Ayayi doesn't want it in the corner. Tightly guarded by Langley. Ayayi back out front. Down the middle of the drive. Kick it over to Woolridge. 3-ball on the way and good. We'll see if it was a 3 or a 2. It's a 2. 33-31. Must have had a foot on the line. Second time for him, that exact same thing. Let's see what kind of shot we get. A minute and a half to go. Great ball movement so far from side to side. Down low to Tyler May. Going against Petrusev, swing around him. That ball might have been tipped. It was tipped and blocked. Boy, Gonzaga, if they can get a hoop net here. And A&T not happy, but a hoop here would go a long ways towards a victory. 1:12 to go. The lob, down low. Ball's lost and free. That would have sealed it, folks. As few points are being scored, that might have sealed the deal. But North Carolina comes up with a steal. Coming the other way. May with a jump pass. Over here to Langley. He'll set the scene. Give it to Jackson. That ball nearly stolen. Down the middle. Drive. And a foul. No bucket. It'll be on the floor. But they're over the limit. I think we're talking about free throws for Big Devin Haygood. If he can knock down these 2, you'll have a tie game again. The 16 seeded North Carolina A&T Aggies. The first one is up and good. They've won 14 of the last 18 ball games. They lost to Coppin State, Bethune-Cookman, Florida A&M, and North Carolina Central. But here, with a free throw made, and it's good. With 51 seconds, the Aggies continue to put pressure in the backcourt. They're battling the number 1 seeded Gonzaga Bulldogs. Kispert back in. Down low, didn't shoot it. Watch out for Ayayi. Down the middle, open 18-footer. It's good! And Gonzaga with 37 seconds retakes the lead by a deuce. Here comes Cameron Franklin the other way. Drive, kick it to Haygood. He's been hot. Out to Tyler May. Who's going to take the shot with 25 seconds? They're panicking a little bit. Back to Langley. Langley to Jackson. That ball's blocked. It's free, but North Carolina has it back. Andre Jackson down low to Ronald Jackson. He's going against two guys. He's in the paint. Well, not yet. He can't get it out of the post. Can't make up his mind. We're down to 6 seconds. 5, 3 on the clock. 2, he better shoot a turnaround jumper. No good. And a rebound taken by Gonzaga with like 1.4 seconds to go. All they got to do is get it in. But where's the foul? Why aren't they going to foul? Ball game. Gonzaga survives. I don't know what North Carolina A&T was doing at the end of the ball game. Yeah, you should be kicking the chairs. You guys are idiots. What are you doing? You should be fouling at the end of the ball game. Should have fouled the inbound player, forced them to shoot free throws. You're only ahead 2. If they miss one, you got a chance. You got a timeout left. The players shake hands. A great battle. And you got to give a lot of credit to Jay Joyner's North Carolina A&T Aggies, who had won 14 of their last 18. They go down by only 2 points to the number 1 seeded Gonzaga Bulldogs, who moved to 32-2 on the year, coached by Mark Few. Oh my goodness, what a game it was. The stars of the game, Killian Tilly for Gonzaga, and Ronald Jackson led the way for the Aggies of A&T. We'll be back with more and another first-round matchup in this first ever Ghostcast National College Basketball Championship right after this.